What is going on, everybody? It is Christos here, and we're doing yet another video for everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying. I know I've been posting quite a bit, it's been quite a bit of videos. So, yeah, we're just going to keep the train going. And, like I said, if you guys are enjoying this, thank you guys for the support, and it means a lot. Other than that, if you guys live in the Iowa area like I do, stay safe out there. We're on a blizzard warning right now, so as recording this video at least, and it's cold outside. Yeah, it's supposed to be -40 as when the video will come out on YouTube. So it's cold out, so stay safe. Other than that, let's get all that out of the way. Let's go in today's video. We're actually playing Suships. This is not the Exodia version that I was playing before. This is basically pure Suships. So Suship is a great archetype. Well, not great. It's a fun rogue archetype that revolves around this one card here. Suship Sari. Sari is a really interesting card. This is a vanilla 2000 beat stick with it's level 4. So the whole strategy is you want this card out in the field as quickly as possible because it enables all of your rank 4 plays. And that's it. With that, we're just going with a lot of other rank 4s that can special summon themselves really easily. So with that in mind, let's get to the card by card, and I hope everybody enjoys. So like I said, we got 4 Shari. This is a really great card, definitely worth running. There's no ands or buts about it. We got 3 Maxi, one of the best hand traps in the game right now. We got 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Splitting, a mandatory card right now in Master Duel, because the simple fact is so many decks search. So this allows us to get rid of, just slow down combo plays. We got 3 Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit is, you could banish this card for card you control. So it's really simple. You can banish this card you control, then special summon 2 level 4 or lower monsters with the same name from your deck, but destroy them during the end phase. And the level 4 we're using is Sari, of course. We got 2 Hat Tricker. Hat Tricker is amazing. Hat Trigger states, if 2 or more monsters are on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's 2 or more monsters, period, from either side of the field. So your opponent has 4 monsters, you could still special summon this card for free. It has a hand effect, where quick effect, you can place 1 performer phase counter on this card. When a card or effect is activated that would damage to you, quick effect, you can place 1 performer counter on this card, max 3. Then make that damage, effect damage to you 0. So that's a hand attack, it's an on-field effect. It would never actually come up. The part that comes up a lot is just special summoning itself because it's level 4. We are running 3 Shadata. This is one card I'm probably going to be cutting. It wasn't too useful, and to be honest with you, I'll probably end up just replacing it with more hand traps, like 2 drivers, 1 driver and 2 gammas. So that would probably be the play. Now, you could use Shadata if you want to, because it's a level 4 and it's a free special summon if you special summon this card out first. And that's about it. But like I said, you could probably just cut this out completely and run Gamma and Driver. That would probably be better. But like I said, that's up to you, so just an FYI. Now, for the Suships, we got 3 Ikura, 3 Shishuru, and 3 Uni. All of these cards are amazing. You want all 3 of them. Eventually, when we get the other Suship that's not in the game right now, we'll add more to it later. But Ikura, what Ikura does, if you control a Sari, the normal monster, you can special summon this card from your hand for free. Then, once per turn during your main phase, you could activate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can either add to your hand or special summon 1 Sari that you activated. So you'd flip up the top 30. If any of them are Sari, you could easily special summon it to the field. So it's just more father to your rank cards. You could easily get 2 to 3 rank 4s out on 1 turn. We got 1 Sasuru. If you control a Sari or an Xyz monster that has Sari as material, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 Gunkin monster from your hand except itself. Then you can take any number of Saris from your deck, hand, or graveyard and place them on the top of your deck in any order. This is really good because it, yet again, sets up your Ikura. So like I said, you could easily just spam out level 4s like nothing in this deck. Then we got 3 Uni. Uni is the really good card because it opens up rank 5 plays, by the way. So what this card does is you could reveal 1 other gun card from your hand, special summon this card from your hand, then apply the following effects. If you revealed a Sari, you could special summon that revealed monster, so you could special summon the normal level 4. Or if you revealed any other Gunkin card, you could place it on the bottom of your deck. Then you could target 1 Gunkin monster you control, change it to level 4 or level 5. Then you could add 1 Gunkin Sari from your deck to your hand. So like I said, this effect is amazing. Being able to open up rank 5 plays. Yes, there's not that many good rank 5 monsters out in the game, but it does open up. First off, we do have the Dreadnought, which opens up OTK lines. But like I said, I know the rank 5 pool isn't great, but it does open up some pretty cool monsters. Like Genesis opens up Keeper. Out of both of those cards, I'll probably run Genesis if you want to run the like 5 plays. So like I said, it opens up some interesting stuff. Not the best, but it's an option if you guys want to go that route. So just an FYI. Other than that, let's go with the spells. We got 3 Unexpected Die, 3 Painful Decision. We got 1 Sea Yard. The field spell isn't great, but it does come up every now and then in each plays. Once per turn, if you normal and special summon a Gunkin monster, even during the damage step, you could place 1 Gunkin card from your deck on top of your deck. Then once per turn, if a face-up Gunkin monster you control was special summoned from the extra deck is sent to the graveyard by the opponent's card, activate this effect. The opponent pays life points exactly equal to that monster's defense in the graveyard. Then you can apply this effect. Special summon 1 Gunkin Sorry from your hand, then special summon 1 Gunkin Xyz monster from your extra deck by using that card you control as material. So even if they get rid of one of your cards, it comes right back, and it's just amazing in that way. Yeah. We got 1 double or nothing. We're using double or nothing for OTK lines because we got Utopia, and then we got Utopia double in the extra deck. So having 1 brick is pretty worth it. We got 2 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is a kind of a mandatory in every deck right now because it stops your opponent's max C. We got 3 Infinite Permanents, another great hand trap. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and negates the effect. If this card is set before the activation on the field resolved, the rest of the turn, all other spell traps in that card's column are negated. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. This card is amazing, definitely worth running 30. Then lastly, we got 1 Daily Special. This card you can kind of cut from the deck. It does come up every now and then, but it's not the greatest. You can activate this card. You could also reveal 1 Gunkin Siri in your hand. Reveal 3 Gunkin monsters from your deck. Your opponent chooses one of them to add to your hand. Also shuffle the rest into the deck. If you reveal Gunkin Siri in your hand at the activation, you could choose the card to add to your hand instead of your opponent choosing. If this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you could banish this card, then target 3 Gunkin monsters in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck, and then draw 1 card. Now, what we're using this for is just basically we could easily stack any of the we could stack Ikra, Shushiro, or Uni, and we can pick, our opponent can choose which one to give us. Each one of them is just a great option no matter what. And it has a bonus effect. Also, we have Shuri on hand already. We can just choose what we want. The graveyard effect is what we're using this card really for, because the graveyard effect is we can recycle our normal monsters like crazy. Once you're out of series of all in the graveyard, getting them back into your deck is really important. So, and that's it. Now for the extra deck, we got F-Zero Utopic Future. Then we got Utopic Draco Future. This is our boss monster. It's really easy to get to. You can easily get it by just getting any 2 rank monsters that are not numbers. We got 1 number 39 Utopia, 1 Utopia double. We got 1 Emerald. Emerald is you can target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 of them into the deck. You can easily shuffle any of the Suships that you need into the deck. Then it's a second effect where you could target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So the second effect doesn't come up, but the first effect really does. We got 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is just amazing in certain stand-ups because basically it just shuts down the opponent's graveyard no matter what, and it's a quick effect. And shutting down the opponent's graveyard is really important in certain decks. It could stop, Sword Soul. It relies on the graveyard quite a bit. Here soon the Terror Elements are coming to the game. So that's gonna be, this card's gonna be really important then. So like I said, we got 1 Evil Sworn Exile Knight. Exile Knight is just fucking amazing. This has won me a lot of games, and your opponent really isn't expecting it a lot of times. So what this card does is once per chain during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more total cards in the hand and field than you do, quick effect, you can detach 1 card, 1 material from this card, destroy all other cards on the field. So it's a straight board wipe. If they have more cards on the field in hand than you do, you could just wipe everything out and, make them have nothing. It's super amazing. It's really good. We got 1 Baguska. Baguska is a really good Skull Tactic. It's usually our fallback. It's not our best play, but it can stop your opponent from doing stuff, so it's definitely worth it. We got 1 Time Thief Redoer. Time Thief, this is a great card. What can I say? Once per turn during your standby phase, you can detach the top card of your opponent's deck to this card as material. Quick effect, you can detach up to 3 different types of material from this card, then apply the following effects depending on what was detached. You could banish this card to the end phase and it will come back. You could draw 1 card if it's a spell, or if it's trapped, you can place 1 card your opponent controls to the top of the deck. So like I said, all 3 effects are amazing, and effect to steal your opponent's card during each standby phase is just amazing. We got 1 Dreadnought. Dreadnought is you could draw 1 card if you have a Sari attached to it, or if you have Ikra, it can attack twice during this special, during attack twice during each battle phase. Has another effect during once per turn when you Gunkin monster special summon extra deck inflicts battle damage to your opponent. You can target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. We got 1 Magic Key Spirit. This is just really cool because when this card is XD summon, you can attach 1 material from this card and add 1 level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck to your or graveyard to your hands. Just as allows you to get back your Saris no matter what. So definitely worth running. We got 1 Carrier. Carrier is you could draw 1 card, or you could add any spell and trap that has a Gunkin, 1 Gunkin spell trap for your deck to your hands. It has an on-field effect when this face-up card's on the field. When a face-up card is in the field zone, the Gunkin monsters you control, special summon from the extra deck, cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So it's really good, definitely worth running. We got 1 Dreadnought, one of the best Gunkin cards in the game. You could draw 1 card. This card gains the ability to attack directly if you use Uni. Then on top of that, once per turn during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Gunkin monsters you control, special summon from the extra deck, and then negate their effects. So if you have 2 special summon Gunkin monsters from the extra deck, you could target 2 cards they control and just negate their effects. And that is consistently once per turn. So it's really good, definitely worth running. Then we got 1 Zeus. Since we are XC's focused depth, Zeus is amazing. It's a good fallback. Then lastly, we got 1 Infiltrax Fortress Megaclops. We are running a lot of XC's monsters, and this is just a really good boss monster. It's really hard to out from your opponent. Basically, it's unaffected by other monster effects except those of XZ monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle except with an XZ monster. You can target 1 XZ monster in your graveyard and 1 card your opponent controls. Special summon that monster to your graveyard, and if you do, attach that opponent's card to it as material. Also, the rest of the turn, any damage your opponent takes is halved. So this is a really good boss monster. It doesn't come up often, but it can come up quite a bit. So that's it, folks. That is Suship. This is probably gonna be our last Suship deck. So yeah, if you guys like this stuff, please leave a like. Let me know down below what you've been adding to this. I know a lot of people add Time Thieves. Somebody was also running Magic Key with theirs, which I thought was really cool, but I couldn't make it work like in a 40 card deck. So maybe I might make a Magic Key version of it with 60 cards in the future. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But other than that, let's get into the duels. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Alright everybody, this is our first match of the game, the video here, and it's against Labyrinth. This is a weird Labyrinth deck I went against. It's definitely not the most optimal, yeah, anyway, I mispronounced my words terribly, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's not the greatest one, but it was really fun to see. He activates Terraforming against his Labyrinth. I'm like, okay, well that sucks. He activates Reasoning. I call 4 knowing Labyrinth. I was like, okay. And of course, he gets Labyrinth Archfiend. I'm like, well, that fucking sucks. No, he's going to set Farewell Labyrinth. I'm like, okay, that doesn't really do anything to me. He activates Card Trooper. It was 3. And then he sets 3, activates his Labyrinth. He ended up milling Monster Gate, Solemn Judgment, and Conscription. I'm like, okay, this is an interesting deck to say the least. So I end up going here. Now I actually activate Shahada first, and he activates Introduction. I'm like, okay, so he's going to take 1 of my cards and just discards it. He gets rid of my Shashru, which I'm upset about. I was like, god damn it, I wanted that. So I special summon Shahada, then I special summon Hat Trigger. And at this point, I go into Exile Knight. Exile Knight's effects, since he has more cards than I do, effects when activate. I'm going to actually detach 1 and destroy his whole field. And that's it. That's his whole field in no hands. So I got rid of everything. He had Dragon Maid Titling, Farewell. Yeah, everything's gone. With that, I'm feeling really confident. He gets Card Trooper. He draws 1, but I do set if in a permanence. I'm feeling really confident. He activates Reasoning. I'm going to call 4 again because yet again Dragon Maid, Labyrinth. I know Dragon pretty well, and I do hit Servant. I'm feeling really confident, and he just sets 1. I'm not feeling terrified at all. At this point, I activate. I normal summon Shahada, and I special summon Hat Tricker. And I go into Emerald. At this point, I'm just going to go right into Utopic Future, and I go into Draco Future. So I'm feeling really confident here, and I'm just going to attack for 3,000. There's absolutely nothing really I'm feeling at this moment. So my opponent just ends, and like I said, at this point, I normal summon Rescue Rabbit, and my opponent just concedes. So that was the whole video. That was the first duel. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Let's get into duel number 2. All right, so this is the second duel of the video, and it's against Blue Eyes. This was a weird Blue Eyes list. I don't think this was a veteran player, to say the least. He seemed very new. Fred21, if you're watching this, I apologize. I'm not saying you're a bad player, but your deck needs a little bit of work. He activates Museum of White, and he normal summons the White Stone. I expected him to link off to get a Blue Eyes or something, but no, he didn't. Instead, he activated Museum of White's effect, and he sent Blue Eyes to the graveyard. I'm like, that's interesting. I don't know what he's doing with that just yet. So I end up drawing here, and I got a really great hand. So I'm going to activate Unexpected Die, and I get Sorry. At this point, I'm going to activate Painful Decision. I send a Sorry to the graveyard, and I get my Under Sorry. So then I got all 3 in rotation here pretty soon. I activate Shahada, and I'm going to special summon it. I'm going to activate Uni, reviewing my Shari. I'm going to special summon Uni and my Shari. And at this point, I activate Shushu and special summon that. Now I'm going to go into Abyss Driller. I'm going to activate Abyss Driller so that way it cuts out his graveyard because, you know, having fun of that. Activate Magic Key Spirit. Spirit effect is going to activate, allowing me to get yet another card, and I get Shuri back to my hand for my follow-up play. And at that point, my opponent just concedes. There wasn't anything he could do. I was going to go into Draco Future at that point and just win, but hey, it happens. So let's get into duel number 3. All right, so this is the last duel of the video. This was a fun one. There was actually some really fun back and forth in this video, in this duel, if I remember correctly. So I open up really good. This is just a great hand. I activate Rescue Rabbit first, and I'm going to normal summon Rescue Rabbit, and I activate its effect, and I summon 2 Sharis. At this point, I go into Magic Key Spirit. Magic Key Spirit's effect, I'm going to allow me to discard, and I'm going to grab another Shari from my deck to my hand. So that means all 3 of my Sharis are in rotation. I activate Uni, reviewing Shari. Uni is going to special summon Shari. I'm going to activate Uni's effect, targeting itself, making it a level 4. Then I'm going to special summon Icarus since I have a Shari in the field. And at this point, I'm going to go into Abyss Driller. I just activated Abyss Driller just in case. There was no real reason for me to do that, but I just wanted to. Now I'm going to go into Utopic Future, and I go into Utopic Draco Future. So I'm feeling pretty confident. This isn't the best in board, but I got at least 2 negates. He activates Ghost Meat Score. He gets rid of Spirit Master. At this point, I ash that because I just don't want that resolving. I'm not trying to let him get Memento. I know this deck could actually link climb, like synchro climb like crazy. I'm going to Draco Future this card, and I'm going to actually steal it and negate its effect. So it gets to negate it, and then I steal it. It's a level 4. It's perfect for my strategy. And at this point, my opponent just sets 1 into his turn. At this point, I'm going to go into Degusco Emerald. Degusco effect is going to activate. I'm going to discard, and I'm going to target all 3 of my Suships, and I'm going to get them back into my hand. I get another painful decision. I get both back in. I normal summon Sorry, and at this point, I'm going to attack. He activates fucking Parazoic Dinomishus. He targets my Draco Future, banishing it, and he gets rid of another Dinomishus. I'm like, well, that sucks. I still attack for quite a bit of damage here, of course. And at this point, I go into Zeus. I feel really confident with this play because it might not be much my opponent could do. My opponent sets 1 into turn. At this point, I'm just going to Zeus the board because I don't want him to get anything. And he had Style Shadows, which would have been able to actually kind of do something if he had his zombie monster, but I'm playing it safe. At this point, I draw really well. I normal summon Ikra, and Ikra allows me to activate the top 3. I activate Sorry, Maxi, and Called By. That allows me to special summon my Sorry, and at this point, I could go into Time Thief Redoor, and at that point, that is lethal on board, and I attack for game. So yeah, like I said, pretty fun back and forth. This is a really fun rank 4 play. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, you know, maybe try out the deck. It's not that expensive, and it's, you know, if you have the cards for it, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, if you're going up into like, you know, platinum, you're probably not going to have the best time. But if you're in gold and diamond, this is actually a really fun deck to play around with. So yeah, with that, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. Hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. We're probably going to have one more deck out. I mean, one more video out before or maybe after. I don't know yet. But like I said, I hope you all enjoying, and I'll catch you all next time. All right, have a wonderful night, everybody.